Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and today I'm going to be looking at one of my favourite songs that comes out around Christmas time, just because it's one of those ones that's such a classic. It's one of the first ones I ever remember hearing that wasn't a carol, and I think it's just got such a lovely melody, such a light-hearted tone to it, and that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, as performed by the Hound and the Fox. This, I don't know if anybody knows, it was the character was originally created in 1939 by a gentleman who worked for Montgomery Ward. That was an exercise for them to create, I guess, maybe it was product. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it was, but they asked him to create a character, and he came up with Rudolph. And his brother-in-law, Johnny Marks, said, this is a great character. Let's turn him into, or write a song about him. And so he did. It was first heard in 1949. It was recorded by Gene Autry. I don't know if was he the first person to actually sing it. One second. I have a feeling. The song was first introduced live on New York radio WOR by crooner Harry Brannan in November 49. Gene Autry recorded it in June 49, and it was released by a children's record in September 49. Does Wikipedia have all of its dates right? Because they're saying it was first introduced live on radio in 49, but it already existed? I guess, maybe. Makes sense. Maybe that was just the first time it had been sung by somebody not using the Gene Autry recording. Anyway, it became number one that year, which really isn't that surprising, I don't think. And it's a marvellous piece of music. I have sung this, I have played it, I have listened to it by many different artists, and I'm really excited to see what Riley and Mackenzie do with this. They also call it Christmas Duet, which is very cute. I love that as an addition, and I haven't looked at the description, but the first line is there, and it says, "Sing along with us to this absolute Christmas classic about a very special hooved critter." I thought that was adorable. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with this. I have loved everything of theirs I've heard so far, and I'm sure they're going to do a fantastic job. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. A happy Boxing Day if that's something that you and your family celebrate. If this is your first time here, then just so you know the way this works, I'm going to watch this through from beginning to end, commenting and emoting over the top of the video. I will then go back and watch it through a second time, and this time I will pause it, interrupt, and offer what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've seen and heard, and with the foreknowledge of having watched it once before. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button, notification bell to choose how often YouTube actually pops up notifications about my stuff. And if you'd care to donate to support the channel, you'd be more than welcome to head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts for a one-off donation, or patreon.com/DavidKReacts if you'd like to support in an ongoing fashion. That's a single tier of $2 there, gives you access to my Discord as well, and one perk you'll get there is you find out the day before what my release is going to be the following day, or I say the day before. As soon as it's uploaded and confirmed ready to go on YouTube, I will put it there. Also, and I am so happy about this, this is the first video I am recording after I have reached 2,500 subscribers. Thank you all so much. I'm going to do a little celebration video. That is going to be posted in the new year, just because I've got so much Christmas content I want to get through. I'm already know I'm not going to be able to record everything I'd like to do. There will be a couple of groups I had in the sidelines that I just can't quite fit in because of how much time I have. Christmas is a really busy time for anybody who sings. All of a sudden we're called up for, gigs all over the place. But I will do a little video in the new year. But I am so grateful to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far. I said it in a post the other day, but it's for a channel that does long-form content like mine in a short-form medium, or mostly short-form medium. I'm really delighted with how it's progressing. If you're not one of those 2,500 folks, why not consider hitting that subscribe button now? It doesn't cost you anything. You don't even have to have notifications switched on. It just puts me into your feed, and it does wonders for my channel. So food for thought. Anyway, without any further delay, let us see what Riley and Mackenzie have done with this spectacular 1949 classic. Goodness, how old does that make it now? 49 to 19 would be 70, right? So 74 years. Goodness. It's one of those things. It feels like it's been around forever. Obviously, it hasn't. That makes sense, but yeah. So let's see what they do with it. This is Riley and Mackenzie, the Hound and the Fox, singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You know Dasher and Dancer.
I love what they've done with the video. That vintage look. Oh, those harmonies.
But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Oh, beautiful.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
Oh, beautiful. This is gorgeous.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
It's so simple but so involved.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Oh,
Then
oh,
how the
oh, yes.
reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history, because one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer
They're so good at
loved
keeping
him
an original melody
as
and not
they
really messing with it
shouted
much,
out
and yet
with
doing so much with it.
glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. You'll go down in history.
That's really cute. Oh, it's such a sweet video. Oh, they've even got the little album cover. I love that. It's a thing I love so much, is seeing little single covers. That was so beautiful and really heartfelt and just simple and effective. This is proof positive that you don't have to do something wildly complicated to still be very effective. Don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoy wildly complicated. But just a single frame, a beautifully framed shot, an option for a close-up for each of them, that's all you need. And they do that so very well. And I do absolutely adore this album cover here. The idea of doing it on... Black is something that nobody thinks of as a Christmas color. Makes sense. Christmas is about light and red and green and all that kind of thing. But it is such a good contrast. And that's lovely. The white with just the red. That is smart cover design there. Well played. That is just delightful. I don't know what I was expecting, but that at the same time I've come out the other end and I've gone, yeah, that's exactly what I would have expected, and I love it. Let's just, because I've been bad about this the last couple of videos, let's take a moment and have a look and see if there is any information here now that I've watched that. No, nice and simple here too. Recorded and mixed by Riley, mastered by Bill Hare. Ah, nice. Why not? This is super cute. Let's go back, check this out again from the beginning, and we'll see what I can bring out of this.
You know Dasher.
Firstly, love what they've done here. The fact that they've gone for that old sort of, not beautifully aligned TV filter that they've got going on here. They've also EQ'd the audio to give it a slightly more vintage feel. Even this very kind of script-related title, all of it geared towards feeling like, I don't know, what would this be? Sort of a sort of 60s Christmas special, I guess? I'm not great at identifying eras of technology by look and that sort of thing, but clearly a very vintage look. The simplicity of a couple sitting and performing by the fire, again, very of that era. I just watched. If you haven't, I'm not very good at shouting out fellows. Check out DJ_410. He's another wonderful reactor on YouTube. If you haven't seen him, he actually recently reacted to the David Bowie, Bing Crosby, "Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy" duet, which is something my wife and I have sung for years. It's a lovely arrangement. I adore it, and the simplicity of just the two of them around the piano singing is it's beautiful, and that is a legit. I don't remember when that was. I guess 70s, late 70s, early 80s. I'm not sure of the timing. Christmas special, one of Bing's Christmas specials. And the simplicity is perfect. It's a more complicated backing than this, but just two men around a piano singing. It's great. And they've kind of captured that exact vibe here, too. It's just two people singing with a guitar and a fireplace and nothing really going on, and that's all you need to do to conjure up this image. And it's just such a lovely start. Also, the aspect ratio as well being shrunk down to, what would that be, 4:3?
You know Dasher and Dancer and...
Looks like 2:2.5, actually. Whatever it is, it's a very small aspect ratio, especially when you have widescreen monitors.
Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
Oh! One, I love that they've added, not everybody sings this. I've heard people go straight in on Rudolph. No! You need to set up the beginning of the song. But my I need to go back and listen to this because I'm getting so distracted by how many incredible harmonies there are in this.
And you know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Beautiful. I think are these thirds? I'm realizing I wasn't.
Comet.
Comet. What's he saying?
And Prancer and Vixen. Comet.
Comet. Yeah, he's just a third above. It's a fairly typical thing there, but he keeps that going throughout this section and then starts to deviate.
Blitzen, Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
There. Donner and Blitzen. Such a lovely harmony to end that line with. It breaks away. He's kept it completely straight up until that point. Donner and I think is the first word, and Blitzen, where he breaks out of just being in thirds with Mackenzie. And what a wonderful choice there. And it's just this, it seals that off in a beautiful way. But also it tells us, okay, yeah, we've added in this harmony, we've got this thing in thirds, but we're not going to stay doing that the whole way through, which of course wouldn't work anyway. We are going to do some more stuff in here, and it's just a lovely point to introduce it at the end of that second line. Very, very carefully chosen where that shift happens, I think.
But do you recall?
Lovely choices there too. But do you recall? It's very, very simple movements. He's just going up a tone from the tonic to the second, but it changes the sound so much. And I love again, even in these close-ups, they could easily have just kept the filter on like the wide shot or something like that, but they're sticking to this vintage look for this beginning.
The most famous reindeer of all.
And that's just beautiful. Riley, I'm stealing that the next time I sing this, because wow, that line in particular is gorgeous. And I love here, this is such beautiful timing. It's on the guitar strum. As soon as we hear the strings of the guitar struck, we're out of that vintage look. The timing.
Famous reindeer of all.
That's great. And I love that we flash out of it too. Kind of catches the eye by surprise. Beautiful stuff. I also want to see if they do this again the whole way through, but one thing I did notice there was they had the crossfade between the two close-ups. Very, very, typical. We still have crossfades these days, but nowhere near as much as we used to. That used to be the standard for filming, would be to have like a cross-dissolve fade between two different shots, especially two people talking, or in this case singing, to each other. I'm interested to see now. I didn't catch if they do that again later in the film, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was the only time we see it.
Of all. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And I love that just like that as well, we come into the new look. Now we have a contemporary look. We have, all the film is cleaned up, the audio is better. We've still got the aspect ratio. We have this lovely, very simple, just 3-note boom, 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 boom into the beginning of the song. And now Riley is the one who is singing the melody. We've swapped. I love that. That's a lovely choice, and there's a different sound when you have a melody and it's a male voice harmonizing with a female singing the melody, or a female voice with a male voice singing the melody. The sound is different because it's, where you place it. If it's a bass voice, a lot of the time, if you're trying to kind of keep it, what am I trying to say? If you're trying to keep the sound fairly condensed, the male part would sing a slightly higher harmony, or the female part would sing a slightly lower harmony, because it brings the voices slightly closer together. And those sounds are lovely. I really, really like them when the high voice sings what is technically the slightly lower sound. Not necessarily lower in pitch, but in how something fits together. Like if they were both to sing the melody at their comfortable pitch, Mackenzie is now harmonizing slightly below that. And it's such a wonderful effect, I think, having that particular blend of voices where they're working at odds, so to speak. I hope I'm explaining this well, with where you might expect the voice to be. It just creates a really, really nice sound for my ears, at any rate.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
One thing I think is so impressive, I actually think it can be quite difficult to create it's not like Mackenzie here is in any way, it's not like you get a Rudolph the Red-Nosed, Rudolph something, whatever it would happen to be. Rudolph had a nose. One of those things where you sing words connected to the primary lyric. Like, it's perfectly in, everything that's being sung in the melody line is being sung in the harmony line as well. And 2-part harmony one melody with a single harmony line, that can be hard to maintain effectively. And I know, yes, there's the guitar underneath, so there's a little bit of something else there as well. But they have nailed it so well, especially with this, where it's such a simple melody. There's nothing particularly complicated about Rudolph as a melody. And the harmony that has been written here is just stellar. Really, really is. It fits so well. It's sometimes you find with this kind of thing you can get notes that just sound a little janky because it's only 2 people. And I didn't get any of that first time through. I'm not expecting to hear it now. They've really done a good job with this.
Saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph.
Yeah, notice we're getting cuts now. We're not getting fades, because that's the more contemporary style of switching from shot to shot. Love it. Also, I just caught, and this is such a lovely touch, Mackenzie's earrings. They have the one stripe in the middle that is red. That's great. Everything else, I know she's got lipstick on, but everything else about the clothing is black, white, green, silver, gold, all that, and then this one little streak of red. That is spectacular. I love it.
Him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Oh. So many... I'm getting enraptured by this. It's so good. one thing that I'm absolutely loving here is, even though there's not a lot going on, like it's not like they're making big character faces or anything like that, but the facial expressions they're making, they've got this lovely levity the whole way through, but there are just moments, like they wouldn't let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. There's just a little crinkle of worry in Mackenzie's expression. There's that little bit of feeling for the characters, and it's so slight. And it doesn't need to be more than this, but it's so beautifully effective. I love what they do. There's nothing. I said this multiple times. There's nothing complicated about this performance, and there absolutely doesn't need to be. But there is so much going on. I hope that makes sense.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph.
And this harmony line from Mackenzie descending on "Won't You Drive My Sleigh Tonight" is perfect.
Off with your nose so bright.
And actually, even there,
Rudolph with your nose so bright.
such a simple line. Rudolph with your nose so bright. It's just third, fourth, and fifth. That's it. There's 3 notes in that whole line there. But doesn't it wrap so beautifully around the traveling line that Riley's singing at that point in time? This is exquisite harmony. And then this.
Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Oh, that's beautiful. Won't you guide? She's gone higher. I think that's maybe the highest, or close to the highest we've heard her. But she's jumped up from that tight harmony. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Won't. Yeah, almost an octave, not quite. But she travels in that line. And it's, you've got 2 traveling lines at that point. It's not, I don't think it's thirds. I'm not going to spend too long sort of picking through the weeds of every single note. But my goodness, it's a lovely line coming down, and then the resolution onto the guitar code. Yeah, decode this guitar. Where Riley's playing the dominant 7 before we go back into the tonic, which is just a lovely 5-1 progression. But it's so. The 2 voices, the notes they're singing together with that guitar chord. Voicing is not just about voices. Voicing is instrumental as well, and the way that the guitar together with the 2 voices are being voiced in this is, the balance is just spot on, really spot on.
I came to say, Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer.
Oh, was that? Hang on.
Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then.
Oh, it's a 2-5-1. Da da da. Very traditional chord sequence. I didn't catch it first time around, but it is a 2-5-1. That's also lovely. Again, just lovely. You can disguise that sort of thing very gently within the chord patterns, but it sounds so satisfying to the ear. There's something about that progression that is just beautiful.
And how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Oh, that's nice too.
Red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
You'll go down. I think it's a tricky little line to hear. Sorry, go back on that one more time.
The red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Yeah, I think Mackenzie's just singing "You'll go down" while Riley does the "You'll go down," and it's a very little thing, and it's such a short. The go is such a short note. "You'll go down" because it's the short end of that sort of 2-note phrase. You almost miss that there's a little change there, but I'm pretty sure she's staying on the same note, and it's just a very subtle thing. But it sounds like they're singing in unison. You'll go down in history. But there's just that da-da-da. And it's a small thing, but the ear just catches it and hears a slight difference there. And that's really, really well done. Just gives us a tiny little extra thing to, unison. Not quite unison, back into unison again. Really cool.
Story, reindeer, you'll go down in history because one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa
Oh, that's nice there.
because one foggy Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's syncopation. Because one foggy Christmas Eve. The foggy ends syncopated, and they carried it on for the next three. Lovely touch. I like that.
Because one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
And again, the harmony's different each time. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight? That's not the same thing that she sang the last time. We're getting little changes here and there. There's something to keep the ear interested at all times. And even one thing I'm noticing this time around, and I didn't pick up on it the whole way through because I've been listening to this gorgeous vocal harmony, but the slight additional elements of pressure that Riley's using when he's playing the guitar too. Like, listen, I'm going to jump back about 10 seconds here.
To say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright.
He's not playing it particularly hard. There it's the voicing. We've got this lovely lower note there that's filling it out a little more and making the guitar feel quite full.
Won't you?
There it's a little bit quieter because he's gone higher in the bass, so we don't have that breadth anymore.
Guide my sleigh
and then a very, very, very gentle touch on that lower bass note there. But listen to the last two notes. Sleigh tonight, boom, boom. Listen to how there's a little extra force on them.
tonight, then
It's so slight.
won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then
It's so slight. There's not a lot to it. If you're not listening for it, you might not even notice it. But it just gives us a little bit of a leg up back into this final verse. It's small things, but when you've got an arrangement that is one instrument and two people, small things make big differences. This is beautiful.
right, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee.
Oh, glee. That little drop at the end there. What a nice touch. Again, something slightly different just gives us a little bit of an extra to listen to at that moment. Great.
As they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. You'll go down in history.
And then we get the complete swap there at the end where we get this slower halftime thing where Mackenzie travels much further than Riley does. Starts below him, ends up above him. That's a lovely line.
Go down.
Oops.
You'll go down in history. You'll go down in history.
So good! And I love the very simple ending. Bum, 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 jump. That's it. Doesn't need anything else. You could have a little complicated guitar outro there, but it wouldn't fit the arrangement. And I love that. And then just the simple smile, get up and go, and the underscoring for the pre-verse comes in. That's beautiful. Really, really well done, you two. That's a marvelous arrangement. And it's so light-hearted, it's so heartwarming and friendly, and that's super cute. Super cute. Very, very good job. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. Thank you very much for watching this with me. I hope that you enjoyed that. Maybe I managed to bring something to you, be it I don't know, a new perspective on the song. The Hound and the Fox. If you've never heard them before, check them out. They're great. I've got a few reactions to them on my channel. But go down into the description below and you can find their stuff on their own channel. Please go and support them. Thank you for watching this. Please do hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can choose how often you are notified. Not at all is fine. I'll just pop up in your feed. And if you'd care to donate to support the channel, please head over to either buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts or patreon.com/DavidKReacts. And any support would be very gratefully received, but no pressure to do so. Thank you again. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, eating whatever leftovers there may be. It's one of my favourite bits of the holiday time is leftovers for days. Take care, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you later on in the week for the next video. Take care, and bye for now.